data inside this data extension. But what if two files are coming on the go in a zipped format? Not only profiles system is sending, but it is also sending transactional details. So let's open that data extension. We have 3 data extensions in our data model. So let's open all of them. So suppose profile is created and we have this automation. Whenever a profile is created, we have this automation. But there is condition 2. The condition 2 is 2 files, that is purchase and specifications, will be sent in a zipped file when a user has made a transaction. Whenever user signs up, we have this condition, and this condition is for transaction. So whenever customer makes a transaction, 2 files which are purchase and specifications will be sent in a zipped file when a user has made a transaction. So import both files and send an invoice. We have already developed invoice. We already know how to import files, but here the condition is different. What is the different condition? We are not receiving a CSV file, but the file format is .zip, and .zip contains 2 files. Let's see with an example. Suppose we have this purchase data. Whenever some profile makes a transaction, they buy some product of a quantity and an amount. We will export this record. Once we export this record, we will clear this record. And the other condition is the specifications. Whatever product they have purchased, their specifications come along. So let's export specifications as well. And clear this data as well. So now you have only customer profiles. You have only subscriber profiles which you got while the data was created inside your system, like a sign up. But now customer will make a transaction. They will purchase a product of a certain specification. These 2 data will come in a batch, but it will come in a zipped format. What I mean to say is the other system would not send these 2 files one by one. Rather, they would zip them in a zipped file. And the name of this file we can have is transactions. Now guys, this zipped file cannot be imported directly. Now what is the step we have to perform? Automation detects zipped file it has to unzip it. Once it unzips that file, import both files to respective data extensions and then send invoice email. So now before import, one extra step is required, which is unzipping a file. An extra step is required, which is unzipping a file. So how to do this? We already know that to detect a file, we have to define a file drop automation. So we will use file drop automation here as well. We will ask automation to detect a file with name new batch transactions. The file name should contain this new batch transaction, which will be defined in import folder. New batch transactions it has to detect. Whenever it detects the file, what it has to do, it has to unzip a file. Now to unzip a file, we have file transfer activity. This file transfer activity has two different use cases. The first use case is it helps you unzip a file. You can also get an encrypted file instead of a zipped file. There are plenty of companies like banks, insurance, government clients where data is highly critical. All the government apps are sending you communications. You can take any, you fill your ITR, you get a communication via email, SMS. Everybody is using Salesforce Marketing Cloud. So they send you some encrypted file. Highly sensitive data are sent via encryption or via zip. So to unzip or decrypt a file which you have received in a form of zipped or encrypted file on your SFTP, we have to use file transfer automation. So create a new file transfer automation and define a name here, unzip file, and it has two parts. One is manage file and one is move a file from safe house. To unzip or decrypt a file, we have to use an option manage file. We will click on next option. Now it is asking the name of the file which you have to unzip. So here you have to use the name of this file which is dropped on SFTP, which is a zipped file, along with a file extension .zip, and select a file location which is import directory. So on import directory, it has to identify new batch transactions.zip and it has to unzip the compressed file. Define inside file management actions, unzip compressed file. Click next and click finish. So what it will do, let's see. Whenever we drag and drop a zipped file on the SFTP, that would be detected by automation and it will unzip that file. So we will drag and drop this zipped file. Once we drag and drop this zipped file, the automation should detect this file and unzip it. So let's see if it has detected or not. If not, soon it will detect. So it has detected that file. Now what it is doing is it is unzipping that file. Once the unzip is done, both the files which are zipped would be present inside the SFTP folder. So let's refresh this SFTP. Once we refresh it, so this was the zipped file which we imported. And you see that subscriber specification and subscriber purchase, the files which we unzipped, okay, subscriber purchase and subscriber specifications, these two files are unzipped successfully. On 3rd of October, these two files are unzipped successfully. Once these are unzipped successfully, what you can do is you can define two import activities. The first import activity will import purchases and other import activity will import transactions or specifications. Click next option. Select a file location from where to import. The imported file is present inside SFTP import folder. The name of the imported file, the file which we have to import is this new batch purchase, this which we have zipped, followed by .csv we have to write. .csv. Click on next option. Select the data extension, which is the purchase data extension, which we have actually cleared. It has 0 records for now, but once the import is successful, you will see. And the other import activity would import specifications import. Click next option. Select file location. Select the SFTP import. Define the file naming pattern. In file naming pattern, while import, you have to define .csv as must parameter. .csv. It has detected that file. Click next. Select the data extension, which is specification. And once it is done, the next thing you have to do is you have to send them a email. Email invoice, I think we already created last time. Let me check. If not, we will click on create new. Invoice email we have already created. So invoice email we have already created. New batch invoice email. We will click on next option. We will select the sender profiles and delivery profiles. Now here sender profile will be transactional. because you are sending an invoice to the customer, so it will not be commercial. Select the profile data extension because emails will be sent to profiles only. New batch subscriber profile and finish it. Once you finish it, we can add one more extra step to it. 2 days after invoice, send feedback email. So we will define a wait period here for 2 days. 2 days after the invoice email, send a feedback email. Send email. Here we will define our feedback email. Feedback email will be a commercial email. So we already have developed feedback email earlier, where we have linked it to cloud page, if you remember, and have defined smart capture form. So we will select feedback email here. So survey email feedback we will select. Now feedback is a commercial email. So we will select commercial send classification. To the same profile data extension, we will send the feedback. Select this information if it is correct and finish. So this is a complete automation we have built. Once we have built, we can click on active now. So now this automation contains plenty of steps. First, it will unzip the file, import the purchase records, import the specification records, send as an invoice email to profiles, wait for 2 days, and send the feedback email. You can go and let me delete all these files from the SFTP and let me import it fresh. So import is successful. The system should detect the import and start unzipping those files. So the system has detected. What it is doing is it has started to unzip those files. So it has unzipped the file. Now both files are separate, specification is separate, and purchase data is also separate. So it is importing the data. So now you see that purchase data is imported. Let's go to purchase data extension. If we go to purchase data extension, 21 records are back, supporting which customer has purchased which product. And here specification data is also back. Specification would have also been complete. specification data is also back. Keep refreshing this automation to check. Now email is getting sent to the customers. The invoice email is getting sent. Once invoice is sent, after 2 days, the automation will send email for the feedback.